Sikkim 365 Radio, 365 Sports, tomorrow 2:30. Baylor and Brigham Young in a game between what will be eventually Big 12 members. And I think everyone's thrilled with Brigham Young being a part of the conference. And Taggart Barron, Brigham Young grad, class of 1997, joins us on Sikkim 365 Radio. Has the invasion of BYU into Waco, has that already started, Taggart?
You bet, Smokey. We're coming in. But you know what's interesting? A lot of people think that the BYU fans travel far and wide, and we do, but what they don't realize is the number of BYU fans that are just all around, and we've got over 17,000 alumni, plus all their families and friends in Texas alone, not counting Oklahoma and Arkansas. So we're coming to Waco, and we're going to enjoy the game.
So I'm just assuming you've bought up the allotment.
Yeah, I think Baylor only allotted a 2,000 or 3,000 tickets to BYU, so we bought those up in a snap, and everyone's been turning to StubHub and Ticketmaster and the Baylor ticket office. Mark my words, on Monday, you guys are going to be commenting about the number of BYU fans that showed up in person at this game.
No, I think it's great, and I've heard about how they flooded Tucson and among other places that they've been as well. So because of Brigham Young fans who are watching, I'm sure they know who watch this show because we've gained a lot, as you know, as well, Taggart. That's how you kind of got to know us, is with all the realignment. Where is it going to be? Where will you guys be set up tomorrow morning into the afternoon?
All right, so we're throwing a big tailgate. It's going to be at Brazos Park East. It's just 2 or 3 miles north of McLean Stadium on Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard, and it's just right up there on the river. We sold over 800 tickets, but you don't need a ticket to show up. We just did that so we could estimate food. We'll have some food trucks there and stuff, but it'll be 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Saturday before the game. We'll have the cheerleaders there. We'll have Cosmo, the mascot, will show up. We'll have a DJ, some music, food, and games. And, to say thank you to the city of to Baylor University and the city of Waco for hosting us, we're going to do a little canned food drive. So we're going to have a big truck there, dropping off canned foods and diapers and see what we can do to help stock some of the local food banks in Waco.
That's awesome.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it is so good. I'm glad we were able to get you, and you reached out to me a few weeks back about it. By the way, we got to get this right. It's the Brazos River. It's the Brazos River.
Brazos.
Yeah, the Brazos River.
Yeah.
And that's fine, and you'll get used to it. In a way, Taggart, what has the last, 5, 7, 8 weeks meant since the news about the Big 12 came down that included Brigham Young?
Listen, we are so excited to join the Big 12 because, listen, independence has been a blast. I mean, the variety of opponents, the variety of locations, we've been all over ESPN, but it's a drawback when you're playing the hardest part of your schedule is in your first 3 to 4 games. You don't have a conference championship to play for, so as soon as you lose one game, you're kind of just going for, the Independence Bowl or the Poinsettia Bowl and all that. And there's never like a conference player of the week or, coaches preseason conference. You miss out on all the conference stuff. So we are so excited. Plus, all of us Texas and Oklahoma fans, we are excited because there are 7 schools in the conference within about a 5 to 6 hour radius. So we're going to be able to enjoy and go to those games. I'm so much happier being in the Big 12 than if we would have been invited to the Pac-12, for example.
I got to read this to you and Brigham Young fans. This is from Miles Thurman on the chat room. Oh, God. Now Brigham Young fans are doing a food drive. Stop it. I'm not supposed to like you guys.
Well, and I love it. I've been following your guys' show, and I love we're mutual respect between the teams. BYU fans will always be respectful guests in your house, and also gracious hosts. If Baylor fans ever make it up to our stadium there in Provo, I think they'll love it. But I love just some good old-fashioned rivalry, some competitive games, but fans that can respect each other and get along and just thank each other for coming down to the game.
So, Taggart, it sounds to me like you're kind of almost excited you could be kind of a de facto season ticket holder on the road.
That's right. I was telling that to the BYU ticket office. I'm saying they offer these home ticket packages. Like, can we just put together an away ticket package and get us a game at each of the away games? Because people would do that.
Taggart again bearing with us on Sikkim 365 Radio, 365 Sports. So obviously there's a disappointment that they lost last weekend. They turned it over quite a bit. That's not their style. Boise State with a huge win for them. What's been the reaction among BYU fans after that, their first hickey?
Well, it's good question. I mean, BYU was rolling. They were up 10-0. They looked unstoppable. And then it just started pouring rain in the second quarter, and it's on a natural field. The ball was getting muddy, and BYU just could not hold on to the ball. And Boise State did a great job of punching it out, had 3 quick fumbles in BYU's territory, and one when BYU was going in for a touchdown that really turned the tide of the game. And it was super duper disappointing because, it would have been awesome to come into this game up 6-0 on a 6-0 run. But, I think the excitement of joining the Big 12, this game, we've got some great games coming up with Virginia, Washington State, USC, and it just kind of, I don't know, we were kind of upset a little bit, but we quickly moved back into acceptance and then back onto the hype train on our BYU. And you know what? and just looking forward to, 2 years from now, we're going to be in a Power 5 conference. I think that kind of helped soften the blow a little bit of that loss.
So the Sailor Bear logo is what Baylor uses. It's one that fan base has loved. I mean, they're very affectionate to that particular logo on the helmet. Brigham Young's come out with their own. Has that ever been done before?
Well, it's funny you asked because I didn't even know that there was a Sailor Bear. I knew till this week, but I knew there was a Sailor Coug, and people have always been asking, "Hey, we need to do a uniform or a helmet with the sailor on and we've never done it before." And people have been asking for it. And there's always popular hats and shirts with the Sailor Coug that sell like hotcakes. But this is going to be the first time that I know of that the BYU equipment guys have given us what we wanted and put a sailor on the helmet. I think it's fun. It's a little sailor rivalry, so it's a blast.
All right, so tell everybody again where you guys will. The Brazos East Park, and I know where that is.
Yep, Brazos East Park is just up the road on Martin Luther King, just north of McLean Stadium on the east side of the river, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. If you have a ticket, great. If you don't have a ticket, come anyway. If you're a Baylor fan, you just want to stop by and visit with some BYU fans, we'd love to have you. There'll be barbecue. There'll be some more food trucks. Or selling merchandise, the cheerleaders, music, Cosmo, some games. It'll be a blast.
So you don't know this, Paul. You and I drive right by there. We take a ride off of Lake Shore, which connects to I-35 in a different way. So does MLK. And then you take a ride on MLK. You go right over a bridge, and that's right where the Brazos East Park is. They have all sorts of different things there, runs, I guess you call it, what is it, the Frisbee golf. They launch boats there to get on the Brazos River as well. And it's when you leave to go to McLean Stadium, you will drive right by our studio on the way there. Yeah, so you'll see our studio on the corner of Elm. It's the 6 big, large black windows right on the corner on a 3-story building that's kind of a condo apartment complex on Elm and MLK. So we're right around the corner, man.
I'll wave to you as we go by and let miss you're at the game already.
Well, let us know because Armstrong's got a camera that can get the street out front, right? And so text us when you're coming by because we'll be on the air until about 2. This is fun. This is fun. How ironic, and I've asked this to a lot. I think some people get tired of me. The fact that Brigham Young and Baylor are playing for the first time in, 37 years, and it's this year when the conference things changed.
I love it. It's great. It's great timing. I mean, a lot of people as soon as that Big 12 announcement was announced, we circled this game and said, you know what, this is going to be a preview of what it's like to be in the Big 12 conference. So let's go to the game and let's show up, and we're excited about it. And to join Baylor's always been great. And I can tell you what, one thing that we share in common with Baylor is we enjoy a good old Longhorn or Sooner smackdown like in 23 and 2014 and then 2009. So we hope we get a couple more shots at them before they scoot out to the SEC.
Was that when Taysom Hill went nuts?
Was it Taysom Hill? Who was the quarterback before Taysom Hill?
So Taysom Hill twice in 2013 and 2014, and Jamal Williams. They ran for like 400-something yards.
It was crazy.
And then in 2009, it was the very, very first college game in the Dallas Cowboys Stadium. It was Oklahoma coming off. They were in the national championship the year before. They had Sam Bradford just won the Heisman. He was coming back for one more year to try to get a national championship. and they were ranked number 3 in the country, and BYU took them down in the very first game in that stadium.
Who was the quarterback of that team?
And that was Mac Hall at that game.
Yeah. Mac Hall.
Yeah.
Mac Hall, Dennis Pitta, some of those guys. So it was a great game.
Yeah, Brad Nessler had the best line about Hall in that game. He said after they won, he showed him they were mouthing, and he said, "Oh my gosh." If they're allowed to say that in Provo.
Yeah, that's right. I remember that. Or whatever they say in Provo, right?
Here's another text from Miles. Don't go to their tailgate. Their niceness will make you cheer less. It's a trap.
That's right.
I love it, man. Oh, I love it. Hey, great. Thanks for reaching out when you did, Taggart, a few weeks ago, and glad that this day is coming tomorrow.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. I've been following your show ever since you announced. I love it. You guys have great insight to the whole Big 12 conference. And, Paul had a great idea. If the loser has to listen to the other one's spiel. So if BYU wins, I know there's probably a couple missionaries in Waco that you could have on your show.
Wait a minute, we're not getting into that. No. But I think it's a great idea. Yeah. Taggart, Barron, thank you, man. Class of '97, Brigham Young graduate. He's going to be here tomorrow. How about that?
All right, thanks for having me, guys.
In all the years we've done shows together, and/or Craig, when you were doing shows, same place. How many times have we had a fan base like this that has just jumped out like this and said, "Hey, we want to be involved"?
I can't think of one.
I mean, because of law, there's some tense rivals, of course, and doesn't mean there's not a lot of great fans on either side.
Iowa State does a pretty big tailgate when they come here, but this might beat that.
Yeah, but they're not nice at all.
Yeah,
I mean, the Iowa State Baylor thing. I have nothing against Iowa State. I have no reason to care whatsoever about Iowa State outside of just them being one of thousands of teams out there. But the amount of just hatred that some of their fan base has for Baylor for a variety of reasons or whatever. It's very odd to me. It's super strange. And therefore, no, they're not on the same line as BYU is currently. Hopefully BYU stays as friendly as they are and vice versa. But I think it's great. I've never seen a fan base, to your point, that's coming here with open arms and vice versa, like BYU and Baylor are this weekend, but also, of course, a game tomorrow. It's going to get serious and it's going to get nasty and physical. And I'm sure some of the folks that are toasting before the game are going to be yelling in different directions come tomorrow. But no, that was great, and thanks to Taggart, and looking forward to the new Big 12.
All right, from Cameron, look, TCU is literally in the same conference with Brigham Young, and Baylor schedules Brigham Young once, and now it's a new holy war. Thanks for the chat, Cameron, among many others.
I think Baylor leans a little bit more into that than TCU does these days, so that's part of it.
Gary Lewis made this point in that Sam Bradford game. Didn't they knock him out of the game? I think they did. I think they knocked Bradford out of that game as well. A lot of things going on with our